Porterville, Rocky Hill Speedway, March 9th, or March 10th rather, 1996. The opener here for Rocky Hill Speedway. On tap we have the IMCA Modifieds, the Modified Street Stocks, the Hobbies, the Mini Stocks, and a new class, the Bombers. So we're looking for a lot of activity out here. A lot of new improvements have been displayed on the racing surface, some new clay, some new work being done in turns 1 and 2, and of course the big advent of a tremendous light system that is not fully operational yet. This is a daytime race. We're looking for green flag time around 1:30 here today. So next couple of weeks we'll have the big light plant in. Those lights procured, of course, brought up from Adelanto and added to the speedway. A tremendous lighting system, so we'll have a lot of great racing action during the year 1996. So sit back, enjoy yourself. We'll take a pit pass, if you will, with you, the race fans, and look inside of the racing cockpits to see what the drivers are doing in preparation for today's competition. So until then, hang in there and grab a cool one, sit back and enjoy California Raceway videos. First race of 1996, Rocky Hill Speedway. And I love racing, yeah.
Divisions, you look at drag strip racing, air racing, both tracks are like
qualifier in the mini division. Your starter, Dave Mitchell, indicates to the drivers next time around we'll anticipate the green, provided you're staying in your position out of turn 4. Your host here, Mike Mosier, the race doctor. Get ready. Everybody can stand and yell for their favorite driver as we anticipate the first race of 1996. Are you ready, race fans? Let's get it. Locked and load, mama. We're about to get it. Starter Dave Mitchell sets him free. Dudley Reed first into turn 1. Off turn 2, your leader. Followed by the number 7 car of Ed Smith. And we go on the yellow stranded car up in turn 3. That's the 57 car, Mike Houston's. Them over out of turn 4. Dudley Reed sets the pace. Hey, we go green. Dudley Moore, you can see that front end raised up on that car as he sets the soft springs into work, transferring weight to the rear side. Yellow flag on the track. Car stranded over at the apex of 1 and 2. Car number 21C, Ike Reed, got caught up in that heavy fat part of the track down there. Very, very wet in that lower apron. Dudley Reed starts to build the RPM a little bit. We'll anticipate a green out of 4. And we go racing on a restart. 1 down, 7 to go. Reed, Smith, 1 and 2, off turns 2, followed by the number 16 car, Chris Patterson. Patterson gets up high, a little loose in turn 3. This 21C. 21C. Smith getting a challenge by that 16 car now. Patterson on the low side. Smith up high. Smith gets up in the marbles, opens the door, and up comes Patterson, now running second as Gerald Livick.
We're staying green.
Gerald Livick gets loose in the apron out of turn 3, gets a turn back around. Oh, look out, Patterson getting sideways off of 2, gathers it back up. Smith back to second, then you pick up the white 21 car of Ike Reed.
Not yet. Not yet.
6 laps down, 2 more to go.
Number 19, Mike Gray.
He's not hearing you.
You heard me.
Yeah, I did. And there's the white flag. One more time around. Dudley Reed doing his number up front. Looking good in a big way right now. Good 5 car lengths advantage over Patterson. Patterson again loose off of turn 2. And your winner off turn 4, let him hear it, Dudley Reed. Chris Patterson second, a fight for third off turn 4, and Ed Smith will take it, followed by Ike Reed. And then finally the teal color number 21C, that's Gerald Livick. So round 1 goes into record books for 1996. Your winner, the number 98 car, Dudley Reed.
Give me a finish.
Here you can see Dudley Reed now. The number 8 car, a hobby stock. Out of Porterville, your driver, Rick Taggart, sponsored by Rick Patterson, Lee Doris, Randy Skinner, and Glenn Francis Motors. Of course, everybody knows Glenn Francis. He ran the Winston Cup, the ASA Tour cars. He's a car builder, been around for many, many years. Glenn Francis, your driver, of course. In the 0A car, Rick Taggart. That's the starting grid here for round 1 qualifier for the hobby division. Lights have been turned out. We'll anticipate a green this time out of turn 4 as your starter Dave Mitchell will look them over. The 17 car, Jeff Smotherman. Now his job, of course, is to maintain the pace, keeping the cars side by side. Whatever speed he sets it at, it's the requirement of the car on the outside to keep up with him also. A slow rolling start as we come to turn 4. Your starter looks them over, RPM builds, and we go on the green. Oh, Ronnie Schmidt with a power move into turn 1, 3 by 3 as we go into the first corner. And Ron Schmidt, your leader, off turn 2. Dennis Houston, so we got a tire broke loose up in wall, turn 4. That's the right rear breaking off the number 5 car, John Intercasso. Fire and rescue down there real quick. That is Dennis Conley. He'll grab the tire. And off turn 2, your leader. Oh, boy. Jeff Smotherman gets looped around in a 180 fashion, and up now running in that second place, the number 1 car, Dennis Hayes. Ron Schmidt, your leader, as we go back on the yellow. Ron Schmidt, thus far the 2 false starts we've had, he's been able to punch it first into turn 1. Houston's on the low side, Schmidt on the top side. Yeah, we pick up the green. And once again, rambling Ron Schmidt sticks it deep into turn 1. Off turn 2, your leader. He drifts up a little high. Running second, the number 17 S car of Jeff Smotherman. Then you pick up the number 1 car, Dennis Hayes. Hayes right on the back side of Smotherman. And we got a lap in, so we're looking good as smoke coming off the number 1 car, Dennis Hayes. The 8-ball car now starting to move up in the ranks. Rick Taggart. Taggart gets loose out of 2, makes contact with the black 66 car. That's an Oldsmobile driven by Jumpin' Jimmy Deedy. 3 laps down, 5 more to go. Smoke becoming a little bit more prominent on that blue number 1 car as he gets high up in the marbles out of 2. Mark Edipence is now going to be tracked down by our leader, the 69 car, Ramblin' Ron Schmidt. Schmidt will now negotiate through lap traffic. Edipence always also showing signs of smoke coming out his tail section. Edipence up high, down low goes Schmidt. The maroon number 8 now putting the pressure on the number 17 car, Smotherman. Six laps down, 2 more to go. White flag being given to your leader, the 69 car, Schmidt. And here comes the 8-ball. 8-ball sticks it on the high side, going into turn 1, side by side, door handle to door handle. He gets up in the heavy stuff, falls back off the pace. Just Smotherman able to hang on to that second position, but here's your winner off turn 4, Ramblin' Ron Schmidt. Finishing second, the 17 car, Jess Smotherman. Then you pick up Rick Taggart, and then finally Jim Deedy, followed by the 71 car, Mark Edipence. Up in smoke. Oh boy, you can see a lot of fluid being dropped on the racing surface. That's the blue number 1 car of Dennis Hayes. All kinds of problems coming out of that vehicle. Puts a little moisture. Hopefully that is water. That's a little less expensive if he had cracked a block or whatever. Of course, that's still problems.
Yes, ashtrays, Mike.
Rick Schaefer sets the pace. Up high, pushes, comes out of 4, and we go green. Big Daddy up close to the wall. Schaefer still hangs onto that lead going into turn 3. Quinn running on that 3rd position. The 28 car holds down that 2nd position on the track at this time. Kevin Cave trying to reel Schaefer in. Schaefer looks real strong. He pushes high out of 4, opens the door. Oh, open the door, and Cave could not put the mustard on the doggy, but look out, the number 1 P car. Now on the move on the high side. He's got his eyes set underneath of Schaefer. Look at this guy go. Gary Bredmont, oh, sticks it underneath into 3. He takes the pass. The 1P car started 2nd from last. Now your leader, followed by the 44 car Schaefer, and then the 16X car of Quinn. Then you pick up the blue X of Tom Manzella. Look out, Schaefer getting sideways, blowing a rooster off that right rear tire.
That was 28 that went to the pits.
So the 28 car takes his car into the infield, or into the pits rather. 5 laps down, 3 more to go. A race into turn 1. Schaefer closes the door on Quinn. Redmont, your leader, a good 12 car lengths advantage on the rest of the field now. Schaefer again gets loose out of turn 4. Danny Quinn sets his eyes on the high side. He makes a pass coming off turn 2, gets a little loose. It's Schaefer and Quinn down the back chute. Your winner coming off turn 4. One more lap around. Your leader, Bredmont. Oh, Schaefer up high opens the door, and Danny Quinn now takes the pass. Look out, Schaefer gets sideways. He ends up in the infield. But your winner, Gary Bredmont. Schaefer, look out. Oh, he almost put it over. Finishing 2nd, the mighty Danny Quinn. Tom Manzella 3rd. And Big Daddy himself, of course, Lonnie Cox. And then the 44 car, Rick Schaefer, with a right rear flat on his car. A lot of muscle being shown by that 1P car, Bredmont. He came from the 2nd to the last. He came out of the last row and finished up 1st, followed by the mighty Danny Quinn. Sponsored in, of course, by Scott Pounds Motorsports. They definitely got the class act here this afternoon with a lot of muscle. Your winner, Gary Bredmont. Green.
It's Bam Bam.
Bam Bam Whitwer, we go green. Look out, mama. Randy Hensley, your leader, followed by Doug Jeffers. And then Richard Blanchard. Oh boy, Hensley's car jumping all over the track. Jeffers comes off turn 2 looking smooth. He closes ground now on Hensley. Hensley sets his car real low down on that apron. Rich Blanchard getting a little sideways off 4, and here comes the 61X car underneath of Steve Hahn. Robert Whitwer makes the pass and he gets down in the low apron, falls back off the pace. Hensley still your leader, but look out for Doug Jeffers. Oh, collision, turn 4. That's the 13 car of Richard Blanchard and the 61X car of Robert Whitwer out of Ridgecrest. We go on the yellow, those two cars tangling in turn 4.
Take this lap. Two cars that were involved, just put them in, 13 and 61X. 13's going to
The 22J of Doug Jeffers and the 41 car of Steve Hahn. Your starter, Dave Mitchell, kicks him loose. Hensley gets sideways, backs it in turn 2. Jeffers gets on the binders, saving a collision. It's Hensley's, Jeffers, and Hahn. Five laps down, 3 to go. Your leader is still the 88 car of Randy Hensley, followed by Doug Jeffers and then Steve Hahn.
reach for it, Dave, reach for it. White flag, white flag.
Hensley having his problems in 1 and 2, opens the door for Jeffers. Jeffers right now knows the tail into turn 3. Jeffers trying to reel Hensley in. Hensley opens the door, pushes high as we pick up the white flag. Now one more time to go. Here's your winner off turn 4 out of Fresno, Randy Hensley. Doug Jeffers out of Napomo second, Steve Hahn out of Hanford third. And back picking up another lap is the 13 car, Richard Blanchard, the bonsai driver out of Santa Maria.
I'm going to put a hatch mark behind it.
And that wraps. It's the real Ed Hayes. And finally, the number 22 M car, sponsored by Machado Roofing and Novato Auto Machine out of Petaluma. Your driver, Mitch Machado. Lights out, no. We're going to go one more time around.
Number 11, JD Sports Bar is the sponsor on it.
Jay's.
JD Sports Bar. Thank you, Dennis. Yes, we will. Did you blow up? Okay.
The real Ed Hayes also sponsoring in there is JD Sports Bar, putting some time and money in this car, putting big Ed Hayes out here, the real Ed Hayes at the wheel. Lights out now, we look for a green as Rich Denman sets the pace. Houston's on the outside. Oh boy, a possible early pass by the number 11 car. Denman, Houston's pushes high up on the soft stuff. And up comes your driver, Denman. He's your leader. Followed by Jim Burgess. Oh, Burgess gets loose in the 4. Houston's back up to second. Look out, Ed Hayes gets loose at the apex of 1 and 2. And we go yellow on the track as he's stuck in the soft stuff in that natural spring water. The number 11 car, Ed Hayes. There you go. Denman sets the pace, single file, restart coming out of turn 4. And Mitchell sets him free. Denman, Houston's, and Machado, 1, 2, 3 off turn 4. Oh, we got some muffler, a pipe in turn 4. Sits in the second groove over in the corner. And we'll go yellow on the track. Oh, a collision over in turn 2.
Yeah.
Jeff Houston's has lost it over there, and then all of a sudden he collected up the number 11 car of Ed Hayes. The 36 car, Mike Morgan, will be put to the rear. Dennis Connolly, once again with his ears on over there, will move the 36 car back to the back.
No!
Oh boy. Nope, that's not the way things are supposed to go. Rich Denman out of Madera leads the pack into turn 3. Lights are out, looking for the restart. Houston's on his backside. Hey, we go green. Houston's up high. The car loses traction, and up comes Mitch Machado. Machado now up to second. Denman, your leader, followed by Machado. Houston's pushes up high, opens the door. Comes Ed Hayes. Oh, Houston goes around. Contact made with Ed Hayes, the number 11 car, the number 36 car, Mike Morgan. Houston's car chassis is a little loose right now for this track setup. Four down, 4 to go. Rich Denman, the orange 14 car, your leader out of Madera. Look out, Mike Morgan gets a handle off of it. Does a 360 almost in the infield. He goes a whole lap down. Morgan parks it into the infield. Your leader, the 14 car, Denman, out of Madera, followed by Petaluma's Mitch Machado running second. Running third, the number 11 of Ed Hayes. Fourth, the 16 car of Jeff Houston's. Oh, Houston's loose off of 4. Gathers it back up with a fine job. Denman putting Burgess down another lap. Burgess had pitted earlier. Running second still, the teal-colored number 22. He finishes up second as your winner, the 14 car, Rich Denman. Finishing second, the 22 car, Mitch Machado.
When they get here, they'll get here.
I believe that third place car unofficially goes to the number 11 of Ed Hayes. Unofficially, the number 16 car finishing fourth, Jeff Houston's.
I can't believe it.
To us out of Strathmore, big hand for Gary Ambrosini. Sponsored by Jim Houston's, comes to us out of Porterville. Big hand for Steve Smotherman. The number 18 car, sponsored by Mac Tools and B&B Transmission out of Tulare. Big hand for Tommy Bowser, the number 22 car. Diverse Auto, sponsored in there by B&B Transmission out of Porterville. Robbie McLaughlin. We go green. Also in there, the number 10 car, Lynn Dinas, called the Wild Thing. And looks like the number 87 car, Buck Cox, has joined the ranks. Oh, look out, that Elbow Zero car loses a handle on it. Gary Ambrosini lost the handle, spins out in turn 4, your leader off turn 2, Tom Bowser. Robbie McLaughlin running second, Jim Dinas third, Steve Smotherman fourth. Jim Dinas loses a handle on it, spins out, gets it fired back up. That's Jim Dinas once again into the infield off of turn 2. Tom Bowser getting a little sideways off turn 4. Allows the number 22 car out of Porterville, Robbie McLaughlin, to reel that leader in. McLaughlin starting to close ground on the 18 car now. Smoke coming out of the white number 87 car. That is Buck Cox. Oh! Bowser loses a handle on it out of 4, as well as the blue. Oh, look out. James Cornelius also finds himself in the infield. We go on to yellow. Pretty well scrambled, I guess.
That is the 00 car.
The 00 car currently in third place on the track. Gary Ambrosini lights out. We go back on the green. Ambrosini sideways off 4. Collects James Cornelius. They made contact. And the 87 car, Buck Cox, makes his reappearance. He joins the back of the pack. Steve Smotherman now putting a charge on the back bumper of McLaughlin. McLaughlin seems to have fallen off the pace a bit. Nose to tail, McLaughlin and Smotherman into turn 1. And Ambrosini now makes the pass from lap traffic as Buck Cox comes stranded in turn 2 in the muck and mire.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
We go on to yellow prior to the spin out in turn 4.
Go ahead and take it, I guess. Just keep it going. 22.
And we go back on the green as Jim Dinas comes off of turn 4, a right rear flat on his car. Oh, Smotherman off turn 2, gets underneath of McLaughlin. Into turn 3, McLaughlin able to close the door. White flag action one more time around. McLaughlin has to hang on for 2 more corners. Smotherman's got to put a charge on him if he wants to take this round 1 qualifier. But your winner, the 22 car McLaughlin, followed by Smotherman, Cornelius, Bowser, and finally the 00 car of Gary Ambrosini. Machine Powerhouse out of Bakersfield. Big hand for Kevin Nichols. The number 1 car. Sponsored by Mullet and Pounds Motorsports Powerhouse, KMB Pistons. The number 1 car, the Rocket Man, Scott Pounds. Lights out, we look for the green. We go green. Oh, Bergen real loose as he came off turn 4. Bergen and Smotherman. Oh, Smotherman up high in the loose stuff. Bergen able to gather back up, take that lead back from Smotherman. Oh, look out! Darren Smotherman. We go on a yellow. Smotherman came out, hit the gas a little heavy. Broke the check. Sets the pace into 4. RPM starts to build. Your starter looks him over. We go green. Nichols, Smotherman, Gardner, and Pounds. Turn 4 is getting treacherously loose over there. You see the drivers back off just a little bit. Dry, slick condition turn 4, and still tacky in turns 1 and 2. Smotherman trying to reel Nichols in. Nichols pops up, opens the door, and up comes Smotherman and Gardner. That's Darren Smotherman. Your leader goes into turn 1, the 6S car, getting up high, the Scott Pounds, the Rocket Man, currently running 3rd. Nichols back to 4th. Scott Pounds gets up in the soft stuff out of the back shoe with a right rear flat. Kevin Nichols moves up to 3rd. 5 down, 3 more to go. Pounds loses a right rear flat and goes into the pit. Your leader now comes off turn 4, the 6S car of Darren Smotherman. Jeff Gardner running second in the 50 car. Kevin Nichols back up to third now in the white 78. George C. Scott runs fourth, and then Doug Thompson in the 55 car. White flag this time being shown to your leader, Smotherman. Nichols looks underneath the Gardner going into 3. Here's your winner off 4, Darren Smotherman. Jeff Gardner second with close. Kevin Nichols working that back bumper off. He finishes up third. Fourth will come to the number 4 car out of Bakersfield, George C. Scott. And then finally the 5th finisher, the number 55 car, Doug Thompson. Doug Reed, he's pushing. Reed first into turn 1 off turn 2, but the 16 car lost the handle on it. That's Chris Patterson. Gets it refired, back up and running. One down, 3 to go. Trophy dash for the mini stocks. Dudley Reed in the back corner. Your leader, followed by the number 7 car of Ed Smith. Mike Reed third, and then the 16 car, Chris Patterson running fourth. White flag one more time around, shown to your leader, 98 Dudley Reed. Smith gets loose off of 4. Ho gathers it back up in grand style. The 16 car making a pass on Reed. That is Chris Patterson. Here comes your winner off turn 4 with a full half a lap lead, Dudley Reed. Who's going to finish second? The number 7 car leads the way. That is Ed Smith. Mike Reed third, and then Chris Patterson finishing up fourth for the mini stock trophy dash. Green. Ramblin' Ron Schmidt sets the pace. Starter Mitchell looks him over, sets him free. Oh, Bredmont gets sideways, collects the 17 car in the process. Smotherman comes up lane down the main chute. Smotherman comes up dead in the water just before turn 1 will go on the yellow. Up looking for the start. Ron Schmidt sets the pace, and we go up on the green. Redmont pushes high out of 4 into turn 1. The 69 car of Schmidt, followed by Gary Bredmont. Schmidt washes out on the high side of turn 2, opens the door. Bredmont side by side into turn 3. Schmidt up high in the soft stuff, opens the door. Bredmont takes that lead over. Schmidt back to second, and Danny Quinn currently running third. The 17 car running fourth on the track. Smotherman falling way off the pace. Car pushes quite a bit as the exits turn 4, gets sideways. Danny Quinn with a muscle move out of 2 down the back chute, now up to second. White flag will come out this time, one more time around. Gary Bredmont, the 1P car, your leader. Danny Quinn second, as Ramblin' Ron Schmidt finding his car chassis real loose right now. And here comes the 1P car, your Trophy Dash winner, Gary Bredmont. The mighty Danny Quinn, second. Ramblin' Ron Schmidt in the 69 car, finishing up third. And then finally the 17 car of Jeff Smotherman.
That's a mini dash result. 98, 7, 21.
Go. Yeah. Pace now, your starter Mitchell looks them over. We go green. Oh, a race with your qualifying heat race winners, Hensley and Denman. Hensley, your leader, down the back chute into turn 3. Rich Denman, Doug Jeffers, and Mitch Machado. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 lap down, 3 to go. Jeffers with a muscle move, looking on the high side of Denman. Jeffers gets up in the loose stuff in turn 4, opens the door, and Machado moves up to third place. Denman now working the back bumper of your leader Hensley out of Fresno. White flag action, one more time to go. Randy Hensley, Rich Denman, 1, 2 as they come off turn 2. Nose to tail into 3. Checkered flag this time out. Can Hensley hold it down? Here he comes, and Hensley takes the win. Denman second, Machado third, and finally Doug Jeffers fourth. Now wait till these boys come out in their 20-lap main event. They'll definitely be dueling for the front as your leader there, the 80. McLaughlin, hammer down. Oh, he lets him go free. McLaughlin with a distinct advantage on that start.
Tony's telling him he should have restarted that.
It's McLaughlin and Gardner, 1, 2 in that heavy part of the track right there as they come into turn 2. Distinct difference between turns 2 and turn 4. 4 very, very dry, slick. Turn 2 is very heavy, very wet. McLaughlin still your leader, followed by Gardner in the black 50. And then James Cornelius. 3 laps down, white flag out. One more time around. McLaughlin tries to keep the door closed. He opens it up as he comes off turn 2. Here comes Gardner. Oh, Gardner with a muscle move. Tried to get under him going into 3. And couldn't hold the mustard on the doggy. McLaughlin, your winner, followed by Gardner. And finally, the blue number 10 of James Cornelius, parked out in the turn 3 lower apron. Bredmont comes to us out of Porterville. All right, your trophy presentation for the hobby stock out of Bakersfield. Your winner being presented now by Penny Joe Belcher, Gary Bredmont. Hails from your own hometown here in Porterville. How about a big hand for Robbie McLaughlin? Winner of the number 98 car. Your winner, Dudley Reed. All right, Dudley, a nice drive both times here in the qualifier and the trophy dash. This is out of Fresno, big hand for Randy Hensley. Randy with a nice drive both in his qualifier and trophy dash. Give her a kiss, Randy. Gerald Livick sets the pace as he's the pole setter here. Outside next to him, the 21 car of Ike Reed. The 21 car is setting the pace off turn 4. RPM starts to build. Mitchell sets him free. We go racing. Ike Reed, the 21 car, first into turn 1. Little wet down there right now in turns 1 and 2, but off turn 2, your leader, Ike Reed, followed by Gerald Livick. Gerald Livick runs second, then you pick up the 16 car. Chris Patterson currently third on the track. And here comes the number 98 car, Dudley Reed. The 16 car losing the handle on it, Chris Patterson. He gets caught in the spring water debris out of turn 2. And we'll go on the yellow. We did get a complete lap in though. So the lineup will be the 21 car of Ike Reed, then the 21C. '21 car Ike Reed setting the pace for the restart in turn 4. We go on the green. Gerald Livick opens the doors. He goes in turn 1 high, and up comes the number 98 car, Dudley Reed. Reed and Livick make contact out of turn 2. No harm, no foul. Your leader off turn 4, the 21 car, Ike Reed. Ike Reed first. Dudley Reed second. Gerald Livick third. Oh, Ike Reed loses a handle on it, drops down low. Livick makes contact with Dudley Reed. Opens the door, and up comes the number 7 car, Ed Smith, now running third. Your leader, Ike Reed, loses a handle off turn 2. Up comes the 98 car, your new leader. He's up high on the cushion. Dudley Reed, the number 7 car, now up to second. Ed Smith. Ike Reed getting loose off turn 4, and up comes Alan Innes in the I-4 mod. Oh, the 16 car, Patterson, broke free off of turn 4, kept it running. Nice job, Chris Patterson. Five laps down, 10 to go. Dudley Reed gets high out of turn 4. Ike Reed off of the racing surface into the pits. Here comes the I-4 mod, now putting a challenging on the 98 car, Dudley Reed. Alan Innes, the driver in the yellow number 14 car, a I-4 mod. Gerald Livick in turn 3 up on the berm, gets it refired. Oh, your leader spins and off of turn 2, opens the door. The 14 car, Alan Innes, up front now, the leader. Innes opting to go up into that drier racing surface up on that high groove. Innes gets high out of turn 2, gathers it back up. Dudley Reed, the 98 car, currently second on the track, followed by the white number 7 of Ed Smith. Smith off of turn 2, a whole half a lap behind the leader. There's your actual leader off of turn 4, the 98 car Dudley Reed. Yellow 14 disc gathering up seat time. 10 down, 5 to go. So your leader now goes into turn 3, Dudley Reed, as he drops down into the wetter surface, giving it a check, see what kind of traction line he can find. Ed Smith, the white number 7, runs second as he comes into turn 4, a half a lap behind your leader. And the traffic a little thicker now in turn 4. Ed Smith opens the door high out of turn 2. Up comes the 16 car, Chris Patterson. And here comes Gerald Liebig. Liebig makes slight contact with Smith, swapping paint down in through the corners of 3 and 4. White flag being shown to your leader, Dudley Reed. Liebig gets loose off of 2. Ed Smith gets back in front of him. Here comes your winner off turn 4, Dudley Reed. Second, the 16 car, Chris Patterson. Third across the finish line, the number 7 of Ed Smith. And then the number 21 of Gerald Liebig. And a victory lap from your qualifying heat race, also your trophy dash, and he makes it a clean sweep by winning the main event here, the 98 car. Dudley Reed makes a pass, displaying the checkered flag. And the number 28 car in the lineup, Kevin Cave. That's the lineup for the starting grid here. Main event time for the Hobby Stocks. Lights out. We anticipate a start out of turn 4. Manzella sets the pace. Taggart next to him. The starter, Mitchell, looks him over. We go green. Rick Taggart sticks it deep into turn 1 as Manzella gets caught in the muck and mire. Bredmont loses a handle on it also. Your leader, Taggart. Manzella falls back into 5th. Danny Quinn up to 2nd. Jeff Smotherman running 3rd. Ramblin' Ron Schmidt 4th. Lonnie Cox 5th. Taggart gets a little loose out of turn 2. Quinn starting to reel him in. Quinn down low, Taggart up high. Oh, Taggart once again got up high. He opens the door. Quinn got his front quarter panel underneath him. The 17 car also gets out of turn 2 up real high. Jeff Smotherman.
Right behind him, the 86 car. That's Big Daddy himself, Lonnie Cox. Cox currently 4th on a track right now, showing a nice drive as he goes through 2, gets up a little high, gets sideways momentarily. Your leader now off turn 4, 8 ball number 8 is Rick Taggart. Then you find Danny Quinn. '71 car Mark Edipence goes down a lap now as Big Daddy now makes a transition, gets up to 3rd. That's Lonnie Cox in the 86 car. Oh, and Cox picks up the inside berm out of 4, opens the door, and up comes Jeff Smotherman back to that 3rd position. And Cox comes at him in a big way as they go into turn 3. 7 laps down. Rick Schaefer comes back on the racing surface as he got on the inside berm out of 4. Gets right in front of the 28 car, Kevin Cave. Behind Cave is the 66 car of Jim Deedy. Ron Schmidt in the 17 car, Smotherman makes contact down the main chute. Here's your leaders coming off turn 4, the 8 ball with Danny Quinn working on his back bumper right now. It's Taggart and Quinn. Oh boy, a lot of smoke coming out of the 28 car, Kevin Cave. Quickly over there, Dennis Conley to check out that car, see if we got a fire going on. Just oil smoke, no flames visible. We go on a yellow flag condition. So your starter, Dave Mitchell, indicates to the drivers next time around we'll go with a restart. All right, nose to tail as we go through 3 and 4. Anticipate a start. The 8 ball car, Rick Taggart, starts to pick up the throttle. And we go green. Danny Quinn gets up on the side of Taggart. Quinn looking underneath, but Taggart able to pull that lead back off as he goes into turn 1. Quinn up high opens the door for Lonnie Cox. Whoa! And here comes the dog catcher jumping Jimmy Deedy high siding going into 3. And jumping Jimmy Deedy now goes up to that 3rd position. Lonnie Cox behind him. Ron Schmidt gets tangled up with Jeff Smotherman, and they set themselves free. Left rear flat on the 17 car, Smotherman. Lonnie Cox making a battle off turn 4 with Deedy. Oh boy. A battle raging up for that top 4 positions with Haggard, Quinn, Deedy, and Cox. The black Oldsmobile of Deedy is on a mission right now. Deedy on a mission. He's working that rear quarter panel of Quinn over as Taggart gets loose, and up comes Quinn. Quinn now right on his bumper. It's Taggart, Quinn, and Deedy. Quinn down low. Taggart opens the door. Deedy up high, runs third, trying to get around Quinn. Oh, that's right. Redmond making a high side pass on Cox. Cox's car leaning hard to the right. He's got a flat tire, I believe, on that car. 86 off the racing surface. That was Lonnie Cox. But a race up front with your three runners now. Deedy trying to work that high side over, get a little RPM off turn 4. The 8-ball, Rick Taggart, your leader, but Quinn right on his backside. Quinn pops up high. He gets his quarter panel. They're up side by side. They go into 3. Quinn backs off, tries to drop down low into turn 3. Oh, Quinn comes off 4. Taggart opens the door, and Quinn side by side. White flag one more time around. Quinn down low. Taggart up high. Jim Deedy right behind him, watching this race of the Giants right up front of him. Swapping paint is Quinn and Taggart. Deedy wasn't part of the action. Your winner, Danny Quinn. Rick Taggart second, Jim Deedy third. Fourth goes to Gary Bredmont. And here comes Tom Manzella, and then finally the 69 car of Ramblin' Ron Schmidt. What a race up front.
16, 8, 66, 16, 8.
The mighty Danny Quinn out of Rose Ridgecrest. Oh boy, the 69 car and Jim Deedy make a whale of a hit in the back chute. A left rear flat on the Oldsmobile. The rear end bunched up. And Danny Quinn makes his parade lap. First main event win for 1996. Your winner, Danny. Two car next in the lineup, Jim Diamond Burgess. And then finally the 36 car of Mike Morgan in the lineup. Also scheduled in the number 98 car. I do not see him out right now. He hasn't made it all day. That is Josh Davis. Davis was not able to make the starting grid, but we do have this one underway. Lap feature for the modified streets. Lights out, anticipation of a green out of 4. The number 11 car setting the pace, Ed Hayes. Steve Hahn on the outside of him. Your starter Mitchell looks him over. We go green. Oh boy. Machado quickly jumps up there. Machado running second, gets in the rear quarter panel of Hayes. Machado side by side down the back chute. Ed Hayes, Machado, Hahn, and then Jeffers. Jeffers making a pass up to third. And up comes Doug Jeffers now. He gets up to third, getting past Steve Hahn. Rich Denman, then you pick up Randy Hensley. Look at Machado out of the turn 2. Oh, boy, he found the hook on the track there. Come up in a big way. Mitch Machado now your leader, followed by Doug Jeffers, the 222 cars, if you will. Third place, the number 11 car of Ed Hayes. But Denman trying to work his quarter panel over. boy, the 22 car of Machado all of a sudden up in smoke as he comes into turn one. He quickly goes off the track and comes lame out of the exit gate. And we'll go yellow on the track for Mitch Machado. He did not quite get all the way off the track. Fire. There we're looking at the number 22 car out of Petaluma, Mitch Machado. He comes out of turn 4 running a nice race, and all of a sudden up in smoke he goes. Tell him to turn his yellow light out. Anticipation to green this time out of turn 4. Doug Jeffers setting the pace. We go green. Denman with a muscle move into turn 2. Denman gets up in front of Ed Hayes. And Denman makes a pass now, running second. Oh, he picks up that inside berm. Look out. Houston's a 180 spin out off of turn 4. Houston's gets it back up on the racing surface. Your leader off turn 4, Doug Jeffers. Denman runs second, Ed Hayes third, Steve Hahn fourth, Randy Hensley fifth. Then you pick up the 32 car. Jim Diamond Burgess. Burgess makes a move on Hensley. He moves up a position. Denman looks underneath of Jeffers. Jeffers opened the door in turn 4. A car stranded in turn 2. Turn 2, we got a car also stranded in turn 4 with Ed Hayes. Starter Dave Mitchell indicating to your leader Doug Jeffers that we're ready to go green next time around out of turn 4. I'm not sure what that was all about. The hard charging number 11 Ed Hayes comes shooting up in through the pack, possibly just checking out some of his suspension or whatnot. Lights out, RPM starts to build. Your leader, Doug Jeffers, the 22 car coming out of 4. We're looking for a green. We go green. Jeffers, your leader, Denman, then Hayes. Jeff Houston's with a muscle move underneath the 11 car. Houston's puts it through its paces, sticks it deep into 3. He goes up to 3rd and gets a love tap from Hayes and spins Houston's out. Steve Hahn goes off the turn 2 outside of the cushion. Ed Hayes gets a warning with a black flag for rough driving, but Jeffers starting to stretch that lead out. We got a car stranded out of the exit turn 1. I believe that's Jim Burgess, the red 32 car. So Jeff Houston's in the red 16 car has been put to the back of the pack for 4-car jump early on the restart. Lights out, anticipate the green this time out of 4. Jeffers leads the pack. Denman follows him, then Hayes. Then the 13 car of Rich Blanchard. We go green. Randy Hensley able to make it back on the track with a rapid tire change. But look at Jeffers. Oh, good grief. 6 car lengths advantage as he goes into turn 3. And Houston's car real loose in turn 4 for him. Spins out, gets back out on the track, gathers it back up. There we're looking at the blue number 13 car as he goes through turns 1 and 2. That's Rich Blanchard. And the number 41 car, Steve Hahn, enters deep into turn 3, trying to get past Blanchard. In front of Blanchard, the number 11 car of Hayes. Hayes currently 3rd on the grid. Your leader now looking at lap traffic into turn 4. Mike Morgan at Jeffers slides underneath Morgan as Morgan opened the door for him. Oh, Blanchard kicks the wall down out of 4. Denman now mounting a charge as he's banging the rear quarter panel of Jeffers. It's Denman and Jeffers. Fire on Mike Morgan's car, the green 36. Wisely pulls it over to our fire rescue. Dennis Conley quickly putting the extinguishing agent out on the fire. It has turned out in turn 3. Anticipate a restart out of turn 4. Your leader, Doug Jeffers, followed by Denman Hayes. Then the 13 car of Blanchard, Hahn, Houston's, and Hensley. We go green. Ed Hayes gets real loose out of 2, falls off the pace, goes to the back of the pack. Houston's and Blanchard in a battle off turn 2. Houston's down low, Blanchard up high. Ed Hayes off the pace. We go on the yellow. Yellow flag for the 11 car. Jeffers, look at 88 making a pass before the green. Oh boy. Houston's with the muscle move out of 2, made contact with Blanchard. And Hensley trying his best to get up under the 13 car, but Houston's hugging that low apron now, makes the pass on Blanchard. Houston's up to 2nd. $17 down, 3 to go. And Denman back on the track along with Hayes. Jeff Houston's on a mission right now, starting to reel your leader in. White flag action one more time. Can Houston's make the pass on Jeffers? Jeffers been a dominant force in this main event thus far. Jeffers, 2 more corners to go. Houston's trying to reel him in. Houston sets his car early, tries to get underneath. Jeffers wisely keeps the door closed. Your winner, Doug Jeffers. Houston 2nd. Steve Hahn caught on the apron in turn 4. Rich Denman comes across the start-finish line, but there's your winner out of Napomo, Doug Jeffers. 16 car of Jeff Houston's finishing up 2nd. That's an unofficial rundown. front of the footy. Nichols. Outside front row, the 16 car out of Porterville. Big hand for Steve Smotherman. The blue number 10 also up here in Porterville, your driver James Cornelius. The number 4 car out of Bakersfield. Big hand for George C. Scott. Next in the lineup, the 87 car comes just out of Bakersfield. His name, Buck Cox. Next to Cox, the number 50 car, your driver, Jeff Gardner. Next car in the lineup, the red number 55 car out of Bakersfield. Your big hand for Doug Thompson. Then you pick up the 6S car. New car comes just out of Porterville. Big hand for Darren Smotherman. The next car in the lineup, the red number 22 car, the hard charger, out of Porterville. Big hand for Robbie McLaughlin. Next to McLaughlin comes the yellow and white number 18 car out of Tulare. Big hand for Tommy Bowser. Next up in the lineup, the 00 car, your driver Gary Ambrosini. The number 1 car was your 1994 national champion. Comes out of Bakersfield, known as the Rocket Man. Big hand for Scott Pounds. Then you pick up the number 9 car, also out of Bakersfield, Jumpin' Jim Dinas. The number 2 car, A.J. Berger, and the number 10X, Lynn Dinas. The 0 car, Jim Reeves. We go green. First driver off turn 2 is Smotherman, your leader. Steve Smotherman, followed by Kevin Nichols. Then James Cornelius, and then Jeff Gardner. Doug Thompson up lane in turn 2. And a piece of hood laying into traffic. Oh boy, we're still on the green. We got a car stranded in turn 2. Thompson gets it refired. We stay on the green. Your leader now into turn 1 off turn 2, Steve Smotherman, followed by the 78 car of Kevin Nichols. Then the 10X car, James Cornelius, 3rd. The 50 car is 4th on the track, Jeff Gardner. Then the number 6S car of Darren Smotherman. McLaughlin starting to pick his way through the pack. Cornelius loses the handle on it in turn 2. He goes to the infield. Look out, turn 4 action. Gardner got sideways, opens the door, and up comes Smotherman. Darren Smotherman high up on the apron of 1 and 2. And Scott Pounds makes a pass on Bowser. Pounds in the yellow and white number 1 car, right on the back bumper of the black 50 of Gardner. Your leader now in traffic going into turn 3. Lynn Dinas off the pace up toward the wall in turn 4. The lady driver, they call her Wild Thing, did not make contact with the wall, just came up to the top side there, and it appears that possibly the power plant has stopped on her. 16 down, 9 more to go. Can Smotherman hang on to this lead up front? Kevin Nichols and Darren Smotherman bearing on his backside. Looked like the 18 car of Tommy Bowser got an early jump on that green. Kevin Nichols way off the pace, drops back to 5th. Smotherman, your leader, Steve Smotherman, followed by Darren Smotherman. He hits a rut in the field, upsets his chassis in a big way. And up comes Scott Pounds. Scott Pounds now up to 3rd. Darren Smotherman 4th. Tom Bowser 5th. Robbie McLaughlin now moving into competition on the backside of Darren Smotherman. Oh, Darren Smotherman popped out of the groove, and up comes Robbie McLaughlin. Off the track surface, off of turn one into the tires. Oh boy, car off the track and into the tires out of turn one. And we go on a yellow. I believe that was the 0 car, Jim Reeves, it appeared. Reeves all of a sudden went off the track. He made no braking attempt or steering attempt. Went up over the tires. I can see the driver moving around through the California Raceway monitor, and he's out of the car and okay. Jim Reeves out of Layton, California. McLaughlin on an early start. That could cost him. Oh, Gardner and Bowser make contact. We go green. McLaughlin up high in turns 1 and 2, opens the door, falls back a couple positions. Smotherman, Gardner, Bowser, and James Cornelius, your top 4 runners. Then you pick up A.J. Bergen and Robbie McLaughlin. Bowser goes up on the high side into turn 3, trying to find a way around the 50 car of Gardner. Smotherman making his way around lap traffic of Doug Thompson. Cornelius gets up high in a turn 2. Your leader off turn 4. Followed by the 18 car Bowser. Gardner got off the pace as he picks up inside apron of 4. He falls back 2. And a car up lame in turn 4 falling off the pace. That's Kevin Nichols out of Bakersfield. We go yellow on the track for Kevin Nichols, and up in smoke Doug Thompson. Thompson up lame also in turn 4. Has been penalized 2 positions for early jump on the last restart. Lights out, anticipation at green. And we go green. Scott Pounds on a muscle move now as McLaughlin gets underneath Gardner into turn 4. Oh, the 2 leaders tangle. Smotherman and Tom Bowser opens the door, and up comes Jeff Gardner off 2 along with Robbie McLaughlin down the back chute. McLaughlin with the power move. Scott Pounds now up to second. It's McLaughlin and Pounds. Gardner on the backside. We go yellow on the track. Car spun out in the back chute. Oh boy, what a turn of events up front. I'll watch for your signal. So Pounds having the second flat of this main event. He sits second from last. McLaughlin was penalized a position for jumping on the green. He goes back. 8 laps remaining. 17 down. Starter Dave Mitchell showing the drivers next time we'll look for the green flag.
Bowser's supposed to be in the rear of the flag. He spun out over there. Come on, Bob. He's supposed to be on the rear of the flag.
That was for the 78 car that had originally gone. The yellow flag was for Kevin Nichols. We go green. Scott Pounds with a muscle move out of 2. Oh boy, he passes 3 cars as Bowser falls off the pace. And James Cornelius with a muscle move out of 2 trying to get into McLaughlin. McLaughlin comes back at him. Cornelius drops back into 3rd with A.J. Bergen on his backside. A.J. Bergen on a muscle move of his own makes contact with James Cornelius. Scott Pounds now up to 4th. A.J. Bergen 3rd. Steve Smotherman now up to 5th, followed by Buck Cox in the 87 car. And the blue number 10 of Cornelius goes into the pits. .22 down, 3 to go. 2.5 more laps. Gardner way out with a 15-car length advantage over McLaughlin, but behind McLaughlin, pressure mounting with Scott Pounds and Bergen and Smotherman. Pounds dives underneath of McLaughlin. McLaughlin up high. Pounds makes the move. A slide job by Pounds, now up to 2nd. Pounds had started 2nd from the last on a flat tire during the yellow. And we got white flag action, 1 more to go as A.J. Bergen now also making a pass on McLaughlin. McLaughlin and Bergen making contact. Your winner out there, Jeff Gardner. Scott Pounds 2nd. Then you pick up Robbie McLaughlin, A.J. Bergen, then finally Steve Smotherman. Oh boy, what a finish this was. In a big way, the number 50 car, Jeff Gardner. Scott Pounds 2nd.
All right, do a little closing here for you now. It ends the night here, March 10th, 1996. First opener for Rocky Hill Speedway. And boy, what a bunch of events we did have. The IMCA Modified Main, just all kinds of activity going on. Your winner, of course, the 50 car of Jeff Gardner with Robbie McLaughlin given the 2nd place finish. And then you picked up the number 2 car of A.J. Bergen. So I'll tell you what we're going to do here. We're going to close this night off. Don't forget that you can order 3 races, and that's your division only, all of that for just $45. Or, of course, you get the complete flag-to-flag coverage each and every night, and that is $20 for the complete evening. So on behalf of Jeff Christensen, myself, Mike Mosier, the Race Doctor, California Raceway Video says good night to y'all. Take care, and may God bless each and every one of you. And remember, I love racing. Yeah.